we're at one of the weirdest economic data periods ever. I talked to one mid-sized bank recently, and they said they had the two highest weeks of auto loan applications. And I think their view is everyone wants, if you're going to buy a car, you want to buy it now because you don't understand the uncertainty. So you've had all this demand pulled forward. So the economic data doesn't look that bad, but it's really hard to decipher how much of that's an ongoing strength, how much of this is pulled forward. And when I take a look at where we were a couple months ago, I think the underlying trends were already a little bit negative. You're seeing homes for sale increase in Florida. We're now well above 2016 levels. I think even in Texas, you're approaching pre-COVID levels. So some of the areas that everyone was moving to seem to be under a bit of pressure. You're seeing delinquency rates creep higher. I think the Fed is going to be forced to react, but I don't think they can really. Maybe they cut 25 in May just to get something on the table, but you really are struggling with the potential for supply shortages, the potential for inflation shocks. Because I agree, if you bought in a bunch of stuff, say ahead of the tariffs, you're now sitting here probably not buying any more inventory, hoping that the tariffs go away. But if the tariffs are here, will you be able to order inventory in time? So I think we could see a little bit sort of COVID type shocks where you go to the store and all of a sudden there's a run on toilet paper because no one was importing the pulpwood needed to make the toilet paper. And I think that will be very disruptive. And I think China did learn one thing under the Biden administration. The US does not live with inflation very comfortably very long. So they kind of have that. And yeah, I think they're going to have to cut three or four times, but I think they're going to be bad cuts because I think the economy is going to slow and they're going to be somewhat handcuffed because you are going to see these price increases at the same time you're seeing an economic weakening. So maybe I'm surprised when we get all these good trade deals and this all, mellows out or Trump, pivots, which he could do into some of those things we talked about earlier. Hey, let's focus on subsidies. Let's focus on guaranteed contracts from the government, things that are within our hand that don't alienate the rest of the world. Then I'd be positive. Until then, I just don't see this playing out.